Hi. How's it going, everyone? My name's Will from Ghosthack, and today I will be taking on a truly daunting yet quite entertaining task. In this video, I'm going to attempt to make the heaviest song ever made in the world. And I am taking this challenge 100% seriously. Now, I know there is probably a lot of debate out there about what genre should be done for the heaviest song in the world. There are a good many people out there that believe that metal is the right genre to do for this. However, we don't really do too much metal content on this channel. We've only done a couple of things like that before. And I think I'm going to focus on a slightly different genre. Instead of like brutal slamming death metal, I think I'm going to do Deathstep. That genre is a little more aligned with the things that we do here at Ghosthack. And a lot of people have already tried to make the heaviest song in the world metal edition. So I want to do a Deathstep one. And I really think I can knock this one out of the park. I spit on my microphone. That's nasty. Now, a lot of people in this situation would just make a dubstep Deathstep track and then just slap loads of distortion on it, but I don't really want to just do that because I don't think that really fulfills the challenge. So there are a few elements that I'm going to use in order to make this track the heaviest track in the world. If you want to skip to me just making music, you know what I'm saying, then skip to this timestamp right here. It'll take you to it. But if you want to hear these things that I'm going to do, then stick around because I'm going to explain these concepts. The first one is contrast. This is very important. If you have a painting that you want to be very dark, right? What you have to do is you have to contrast it with something light. So that brings out the darkness. Like, you need light in a painting in order for it to even be perceived as dark. Otherwise, it's just a piece of black and it's no good. The same thing applies with music. I have to counter the super brutal heaviness with something that is not so brutal or heavy. It's probably going to be typical Deathstep style. I'm going to have a very minimal, creepy melody, and like it's going to be very dry. There's not going to be much to it. And then from that comes something big and heavy, and then it just melts your face off. So contrast is one of them. The second thing is I'm going to work with sound layers, right? If you take two sounds that aren't super heavy and layer them together, they could be significantly heavier than one sound that you just decided to make super heavy. So I'm really going to go ham with the layers here, and I'm going to do a lot of layering, and a lot of stuff is going to happen. I'm going to make sure that all the frequency spectrum is filled up with different things. I think that's going to be a good play here. And also, the third important thing is to make sure the drums really punch through the mix and have a significant impact. That is really going to affect the loudness of a track. Even when you're not trying to make the heaviest track in the world, right? If your drums pound through and punch through with a really good smack, it just makes your track sound super loud and really energetic and heavy. So that's going to be the third thing, is making sure that the transients really punch through and I don't just crush everything down to nothing. All right, so I've laid out my rules, my tools that I'm going to use, and I'm going to go in and create just the heaviest track that I can possibly make. All right, step one in making the heaviest track in the world is to put on headphones so I don't wake up my neighbors. Step number two is to pull up some drums. It's a good kick. That's a distorted kick from Ghosthack's Ultimate Producer Bundle 2020. Yo. I can just feel the heaviness. That's a good snare. Riddim Essentials 2020 Ghosthack. Layer it with a snare clap. Take a clap, reverse that. Yeah, just like that. Crash cymbals. Like that. And that. And I don't actually think we're going to do too crazy of a hat pattern here. So I have my offbeat hat, which is going to be significantly loud, I guess. And then we have these hats, which are going to be a lot lower. And the next thing I'm going to add before I get to basses is I'm actually going to take care of the sub and noise layer. So the sub is actually pretty easy. A lot of people expect me to heavily distort the sub. I actually don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to choose my sub preset here that has impact to it. You hear how the pitch is going down slightly? That will make the sub hit harder. It's going to be more impactful. and it's going to be very useful. Whatever, I will throw a fast distortion on it. And now I'm actually going to take 3x oscillator. And I'm going to use this for noise because the noise is stereo from here. Ah, lovely white noise. Going to add a tad bit of attack. We can turn these down like this. I can turn the release down like that, so we just have straight noise. Then let's add one long note of it to this pattern here. There we go. Then we can run this through just a bunch of distortion, just to make it as brutal as possible. Yeah, there it is. And then afterwards, we can EQ out the nasty low end. And then maybe roll off the high end a bit as well. It's a little piercing. I suppose that's kind of the point. And I suppose at this point we might as well set up the sidechain. So I'll take this, dock this to the right, and the sub and the noise will get routed through this sidechain. I say this every time, but there are a ton of different ways you can do the sidechain. I'm going to do it a cheeky way that is probably not very efficient for time, and I'm just going to create a little automation clip shape here. So technically ducking, not sidechaining, but I don't really care. I'm actually also going to layer this with another crash from my own library. Right there, it has a nice impact and a good tail. So now that we have these layers and these drums, I'm going to start making the basses, and I just need to make the most brutal things you ever heard. So we're going to start out, I want a growl layer and a screech layer. So let me make a growl real quick. All right, so I have a little growl here using the thick and thin wavetable as well as a phaser filter. And then I have distortion, compression, hyperdimension, chorus. It's not the craziest thing I've ever made in my life, but it is pretty heavy. Can route this through 22 and throw my Thicc rack on it. Tutorial for the Thicc rack is in the description below. Sometimes in order to make things sound good in the Thicc rack, you have to turn them down. Kind of brightens up that high end. We're going to take out the sub. And I think we can do a little bit more here, maybe with a Faturator. Whoa, this color knob is actually dope. Maybe we can give it a little more coarse beforehand. Yeah, this will be Growl 1. This needs to roar a little more though. There we go. Because the impact is coming from the kick. Whoa. And this is routed through the sidechain. Oh, that's so powerful. But if you thought we were done there, oh boy, you're wrong. I need to add a screechy high layer to this. And I think what I'm going to do is just FM some saw waves. And do that. And we're going to add like full detune here with this hyperdimension. And mix some of that in. Distortion, of course. Maybe a little bit of, ooh, I have an idea. What about sine fold? Now, I think I'm just going to stick with classic soft clip. Or hard clip, excuse me. And then compressor. Maybe before distortion. Keep in mind this is a high layer, so I'm probably going to take out most of the low end. Yeah, see how low I have to turn it down for it to sound good in my Thicc rack? And then I can just cut this. I guess Faturator again, that's probably going to be our best friend. Again, this is just a layer. You have to make sure you don't make your layers too strong. Oh, it's so heavy. That sounds like someone's screaming. That's good. And then, of course, the sub. And I have this going through the Maximus. Look how much it's distorting it. But it sounds virtually no different because everything's already so distorted. And now I want to create like a machine gun bass thing. And I think I actually already have some good ones here. Yeah, this one, it's made out of a picture of Harambe. I think I can use that because it's really crunchy. Let me go into triplets actually here. Gonna go through Thicc rack, cut the sub, and then Faturator just like the other ones. Actually, Disperser first. Disperser makes it kind of lasery, I like that. And then we add Faturator afterward. Ah, it's so crunchy. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Route this to the sidechain. Then we can throw a sub under this, which thankfully this impact sub is awesome for these plucks because, like I said, it has that impact. And now I'm going to take one of my glitch basses that I created in a different session. If you want to know how I create basses like these, you can check out our video about fracture. But yeah, I'm going to take something heavy and I'm going to throw some hits right on top of this. Just some glitchy, heavy, lasery hits maybe. I'm going to go with this one. That's nice and lasery. Yeah, let's take this one right here and we can layer it. Yeah, that sounds good. We can throw these glitch basses into 25 and route them through the sidechain. I'm not going to throw my Thicc rack on these, but I am going to throw Faturator. I'm probably going to do that with everyone here. Also Disperser. Ooh, listen to that. That's bubbly. I like that. Faturator. Yeah. The fuzz knob just gives it that crispiness that you love to hear. Yeah, that sounds good. And now next up we need a fast pluck. This is like more of a machine gun bass, which again, I really want to go to this preset because I really do enjoy this one right here. Where is it? This one right here is pretty cool. And then I know it's not heavy right now. Of course, we're going to make it heavier, but it needs to be a fast machine gun pluck. Ooh. Yeah, and then we're going to do a lot of layering with this. Ooh, I just throwed the exact same, I just throwed the exact same effect chain that I had on the slow pluck onto this sort of medium pluck. Ah, it sounds so good. And then the impact sub as well. This impact sub, it just adds so much energy. I need to go into this medium pluck though. And I need to edit something. I need to go into this envelope and I need to choose pitch. Yeah. Okay, I'm already doing a little bit of it. I just need to do more. Where the pitch is sliding down. There we go. Whoa. Aha, it sounds so cool. And we're gonna take another piece of this file right here, and we're gonna find some things that we can layer to this. That's a good layer right here. It sounds like this. So it just adds like a sort of a double impact to this bass. Oh yeah, I forgot, this plug needs to go into the sidechain. This is so heavy so far, Jesus. And I think I know how I want to do this, I want to do this second half as well. I really do enjoy these. And I think they're awesome, so I think I want to repeat those a little more. And I can use this pattern and kind of go like this. Like that at that point. Then I need to use their layers as well. I should make a different version of this one to hit on the, to like go on the first hit. So I can clone it. Maybe I can just reverse everything. Yeah, I'll use that right there. It sounds kind of screamy. And then we need its layer as well. Where's the layer? And we can go up to this note to layer for that one. Now it's extra screamy. And I know what I want to do for this middle section. I know I keep going back to these Harmor presets that I made using Harambe, but I really do like them. I think they work really well. It's this one. Now it doesn't sound like too much right now, but if I make these hella fast, like I just do this. Yeah, it sounds like laser guns. And that's what I want. So this is going to get routed into 27 here. Sounds good. Make them a little short. Disperser for a little bit of lasery. Good, and then we have the Faturator. And then once again, I'm going to pick a little spot in this glitchy file right here to use as a layer. So I like this one right here. It's kind of a good gun layer to this. Oh, and I forgot one. There we go. And then we need a big hit right here. Like something to just crazy Robotronic thing. I'm going to go back into Serum and I'm going to make a sound. That's a good starting point. And then I'm probably going to FM it, just brutally FM it. Yeah, this sounds cool. I like that. Then distortion. Of course, multiband compression. That's a good sound. But we need it to pitch shift a little bit here, so I can go LFO2 and choose it right here in the source. On the destination, I can go Global's Master Tune. Now LFO2 is controlling the master tune. So it's just going down like that. We could use a little bit of vowel action here, I think. So I'm going to pull up the EQ. Ooh. So let's lay this puppy down right at the end here. And then we'll still have to do some layering and some editing. We need to make it a little thicker and heavier. Some Faturator. Faturator is just our best friend in this series. Oh, I almost forgot. I need a pan hitting on this snare. What kind of Deathstep track doesn't have a pan snare? There needs a pan. And I think I'm going to use this, which is actually a recording that I got from my kitchen back in the house that I used to live in. And I think I'm going to layer that over the snare. You can add some distortion to this. I'm adding distortion to everything. And I can add a little bit of reverb as well. And to make it sound a little less tonal, let me throw some ring modulation on it. There we go. Jesus Christ, what am I doing? This needs a little more stereo. I need to be surrounded. So I'm just going to go through with this stereo plugin and add a little bit of stereo to a lot of these. And now what I want actually to layer with this last growl here is I want to add like a saw screech. Kind of like this. Like Say My Name style. And I can choose this pitch. That sounds pretty terrible. I like it. It almost sounds like inhuman, like screaming. And then we can repeat this right here and we can make a change. I really like this. And I feel like I can milk that a little bit more. And then let me change up this to be something a little bit different. Yeah, a little bit different like that. Okay, right here for this gap is where I first want to add a little bit of contrast. I think this is where I first want to do it. And I want to add just like a tiny snare drum fill, just like a little, something really simple, really easy, really tight, nothing heavy at all. And then it would just do that, and then it will go right back into a, and I'll do something crazy. Yeah, just a little thing like that. Maybe the snare can be a little shorter. Also, I forgot we are in sort of 3/4 time here, or 6/8 time, I should say. So I have to do this. Yeah, there we go. There it is. The next thing I'm actually going to do is another layer here. The layer is going to be crowd noise. I think there's just crowd noise that I found on YouTube. It doesn't have to be crazy high quality or anything. There's just going to be background stuff. And the main reason I'm doing this is because this crowd noise is very stereo, and I really want some more stereo layers. I feel like this track could have more width in the stereo field. The stereo field, it's really going to make it sound heavier. We'll route it through the sidechain, and then we're ready to go. Yeah, I definitely hear a difference in how that layers, but now we're going to add a little bit of melodic content here. Yes, melodic content. The first thing I'm going to take is a brass hit, and I actually think I'm going to get a Braam, however it's pronounced, from, let's see, where is it? Yeah, from Ghosthack Trailer Sound Effects Volume 2. They have some good ones. I love this one. But we're in D sharp, so we have to go down 1, 2, 3. Actually, wait, 2. I went down too far. Yeah, this is gonna sound good. And then I'm gonna take the tail end of this Braam, however it's pronounced. And I'm going to kind of repeat that in a pattern. OTT. We don't really need too much more high end in this track. That drum fill sounds so good. The next thing I'm going to add is epic strings, and I'm going to add that through flex. Where's flex? Here's flex. And then on this last part right here, yeah. And keep in mind, this is all just going to be background stuff. And as per usual, a little bit of distortion. Remember in the beginning when I said I wasn't just going to be distorting the living out of all of these sounds? Yeah, that kind of happened. You know what? Screw the rules. What were the rules? I had contrast, which so far there's just a little drum fill. What were the other rules? I was going to layer. Okay, I layered. That was true. I added layers. And I completely forget what in the heck my third rule was. Did I have a third rule?
Sound layers, right? Going to go.
Oh yeah, the third one was drums punching through the mix. Like everything wasn't super compressed so you wouldn't hear the drums. I forgot about that. We fulfilled that. The only thing we have left to do here is contrast. You know what? Well, in order to fulfill this contrast, I'm going to utilize this little drum loop by adding a second half of the drop here and then doing some different stuff. So it should sound pretty gassed at the end of this. So I'm going to make one more sound, and it's going to go in the little gaps right here. Oh, my CPU's crying. It's too heavy. Oh yeah, I gotta change my time base to 48. Huh. For this last bass, I think I'm actually going to use Vital, because why not? Vital's a cool synth. Whoa, that was weird. This is kind of a nice bass that I made. It was in a previous Ghosthack video, but I can probably utilize this. Yeah, that's a little better. Thicc rack for the win. Can add the Disperser in here again. And then the Faturator, just like all the other ones. I just realized these fast machine gun basses don't have any sub to them. What's that all about? That's actually awesome. And the last thing I'm going to add to layer to this is I'm going to add one sample. Let's see, where is it? It's from Riddim Essentials Volume 2. Let's see. It's this one. Yeah, this one. I really like that. It's just a nice digital hit. Cut out that sub. Like that, I can increase the stereo. And then top it off with, you guessed it. Alright, so I think I'm about done. I'm going to throw a quick mastering chain on this to make sure it's all balanced, and then I'll give you guys a listen. I say balanced as if throwing Faturator on every single one of these sounds is going to end in something remotely resembling balance. Oh my God, I have never made a track this loud. I mean, What did you guys expect clicking on a video titled making the heaviest song ever, or like whatever this video is called? You're telling me I can add more bass? Yeah. All right, I have officially killed this project. It doesn't play anymore. I have to bounce it out. FL Studio throwing me notifications like, oh, we see you are attempting to summon Satan. Your project will now crash in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. All right, I've exported it out. I've put it under the track so it looks like I'm playing the real track. Just pretend that I'm playing the real track right here. And it's been through the mastering chain. It's very loud. It's very distorted, which wasn't what I was going for, but it's the heaviest song in the world. What am I supposed to do? So here it is. I present to you in all of its glory, the heaviest track the world has ever seen. Heard. So now that all of your ears are bleeding, I would just like to say thank you for coming along with me on this journey of heart attacks, summoning demons, and unadulterated audio gore. If you know of a song that is heavier than this song, that hits harder, that makes your ears bleed more than this song, let me know in the comments below, because I would be excited to listen to it. Seriously, I'm being serious right now. Go through your library, your playlists on Spotify or whatever, right? And A/B it to this track at the same volume and find one that is heavier. Now, I am very confident that my track is the heaviest one that I know, but I'm sure some of you out there know some song that's heavier than this. And then maybe I guess I'll have to make a part 2. Maybe that'll happen. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Happy producing.